Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Eric Astramecki. I'm the CEO and founder of TravelSwap. So, TravelSwap is a Expedia partner allowing users to book hotels around the world directly on their choice of native cryptocurrency without the need to offboard. The traditional user experience prior to this was if you had ETH and you wanted to book a hotel or a flight, you needed to send it to Coinbase, pay fees, swap it in Coinbase to USDC, pay fees, and then pay offboarding fees to get it to your debit account. Only then could you go to a major booking platform and transact in a traditional marketplace setting. In addition to that, the reward systems around these things, kind of weren't great. Points tend to be highly inflationary, and they're walled off and centralized, meaning you can't transfer them out. Um, where does TravelSwap fix this? We really look to mesh, travel plus loyalty times crypto. We see the ability of having not only the compatibility and technology for users to spend their crypto, but to build an economic reward system that feeds that kind of travel flywheel, so to speak. This is bringing all the best of Web 2, which is, the same hotels and pricing that people are used to, with, the ability to book, with AVAX natively and having on-chain liquid rewards points versus having centralized reward points. All the simplicity you can want just by connecting your choice of wallet directly. Um, Accomplishments we've done in the last year. We bootstrapped ourselves and really went to work, and this meant signing a contract with Expedia that basically allows us to pull all of their technology to our front end. And I'll give a demo here shortly at the end of this of our platform. And what this means is that we're price competitive against every major booking platform in the world. And so, when you look at the consumer, and they're shopping you against multiple hotel sites, you need to be price competitive even if you are accepting crypto. More importantly, we built an omni-chain payment application. This allows us through Gemini and Coinbase to natively settle cryptocurrencies that aren't just on ETH mainnet, but users can pay in Solana, they could pay in AVAX, they could pay in Injective, opening up liquidity lanes that allow multiple chains and ecosystems to tie in. To give you an example of that, we had a user yesterday spend 470 AVAX to book a $16,000 stay that was 5 nights. And so that user, if they would have had to offboard that, would have probably lost over $500 to $600 in fees just to get it into a place where he could spend it. Um, Comparing the market, TravelSwap is not first. We're arguably second. Our biggest competitor is Travala, that as of right now, reports doing over $40 million a year. Our differences are a couple differences. Our technology and our B2B sales channels were a core focus for us in growing. And our hotel inventory is just as competitive. Where they beat us right now is simply by the ability that they have flights, and rental cars and activities. With this seed round funding that we're requesting, we'll be adding that through Kayak. So very shortly, you'll be able to book all of those same products natively on TravelSwap in addition to that. And so TravelSwap is really in a position to take over the markets. And these other two here are not even launched yet. Um, so in summary, we're the cheapest prices with no markups. We very simply have a commission pass through for Expedia. We make on average 15% on a hotel room. Very easy to calculate, scale, and grow. Our go-to-market strategy was pretty simple, focused directly on the consumers that were already native in Web3 and integrate into their ecosystems. On the B2B side, this meant partnering with protocols and conferences like Token 2049 Singapore that allows them to resell our hotel rooms as part of their ticketing systems. This allows us to, virtually a $0 cost of acquisition prior to a conversion. Hence, we're able to grow this far just by B2B partnerships and tool sets that we give our partners to be able to resell. This really feeds into our token strategy. Everyone's familiar with the retail loop of these things, which is, hey, a user makes a booking or they make a qualifying transaction and they earn a reward points that typically releases at the end of a qualifying period. Users can take that token, stake it for access higher travel tiers, mint NFTs, upgrade their travel memberships, cool things, and create unique avatars. And on the B2B side, to continue accessing these tool sets long term, our partners will need to hold and stake X amounts to continue to offer these services and participate in our revenue share agreements. And so this provides a healthy retail plus B2B buy pressure on a token ecosystem. Hotels are just the beginning for us again. Once again, we have the greatest, we have the largest hotel inventory currently. Omni-chain payments, mintable travel mementos are already tested. What we're really focusing on 2024 is the implementation of flights and cars through our partner Kayak. Obviously the reward system, which will translate into our token system launch, and then refining our B2B booking platform and the partners that we have signed and committed to that. Really looking long term, we hope that as we build these compliance layers for ourselves and Expedia and our partners, that we can incentivize not only conferences to launch their tokens or to launch their projects and resell our stuff, but we can convince the Hiltons of the world to use this as a settlement layer, and potentially bring their reward systems on chain if we can make it simple enough and bring our integrations into their specs. So my background, in case you haven't noticed thus far, is in sales, mostly on the product development and sales side. And so from that perspective, I've never built anything that I didn't know I could sell. Majestic Vacation Management Inc., DBA TravelSwap's a little bit older of a company. It was originally founded based off 2 of my own vacation rentals in the Wild West of Airbnb days. We built it into the largest vacation rental management company in the state. This is what allowed us to approach Expedia with our volume of sales already and get access to their API. Without that you can't, they won't trust you can bring them the volume that's needed. We got hit with COVID like the rest of them, and realized at that point that there was a silo around this. We inked our deal with Gemini to be able to legally and compliantly handle crypto payments in the US, which is obviously needed to handle volume in large capacity. And so moving forward, our goal is to raise our capital to continue to scale this. Bring on more partners, bring on higher level quality partners, bootstrap liquidity around the development and bringing on flights. With that being said, I'm going to transition to a demo of the actual platform. We are live. As I said, you can go to travelswap.xyz. And it's, if you've ever booked a hotel in the last 20 years, it's pretty simple. We made it simple for not only the user that wants to create an email, but even for the person that just has an Ethereum wallet and really just wants to sign in and not necessarily give up any personal information or necessarily tie their account to an email. So for those users, they can simply sign in with a wallet. Whether we're going to Rome or Vegas, we'll use Vegas for this instance. We can select our check-in, check-out dates, how many rooms. You can book up to 8 rooms at a time on TravelSwap. We're going to use 1 for this example. We can click search. It pulls all the inventory, as I said, directly from Expedia. This is pretty important because if you price check any hotel on here, it's going to be equally as competitive, if not lower, than Booking.com, which is really important because people tend to price shop 5 different sites before they end up booking a hotel. This layout here is pretty simple. User can put in their check-in information, phone number. We'll just fill this in. We'll do an email, Eric@TravelSwap. I'm assuming everyone on this call travels at some point, so this stuff shouldn't seem too crazy. Where our magic really happens is on this next page. We accept the ability to take debit, credit card, PayPal, but you can click Bitcoin and connect your Xverse and Unisat wallet. You could pay in Solana. I think they're back up now. And you can pay in your Phantom wallet or Soulflare. You can pay in AVAX or Pepe. How we do this once again is querying Gemini's order books in real time. We don't hold on to any of this crypto. We sell it into their order books in real time as a market maker, settling it instantly for fiat and then fulfilling the fiat requirement to the hotel. So we don't arbitrage anything on that. And we do that for any chain. So it's completely EVM compatible, plus bringing compatibility through the Cosmos ecosystem and Ordinal's BRC20s. So summary of our raise, TravelSwap is raising $2 million at a $12.5 million valuation. We're doing it via SAFE plus token side letter, allocating 5% of the supply as part of that. We are about 40% committed just through some other ventures that we have commitments from that we're not yet to announce. So if there's any interest, We do have our Angel Syndicate embedded within our profile, and I'm happy to schedule any meeting to provide any questions around documentations, numbers, and pro formas in regards to the contracts we have signed thus far. With that being said, thank you guys so much for your time. Thanks again for the Denarii team and you guys for putting this on. It was extremely helpful, and look forward to answering any questions. Thanks.